Hello, welcome back to Premier League Dad. Welcome back, Boxing Day. Boxing Day footy. Hope you all had a lovely, lovely Christmas, whatever you did, whatever you was doing, whoever you was with and all that good stuff. What a lovely, lovely Christmas it's been. It's been very, very nice. I don't know about yours, but mine's been really lovely. And we've still got leftovers. We're still working our way through all the Christmas stuff. I've still got a tattoo. My little girl put a tattoo on me last night. One of them transferable ones, literally just before bed. And it's still on me. I had a shower this morning as well. Still, just mustn't have got it off. Anyway, how are we all doing? Good to see you all on this lovely Boxing Day. And we've got two big games coming up today. Egypt against South Africa in the African Nations Cup. Followed shortly by Manchester United against Newcastle at 8 o'clock tonight. Sarah Paget, happy Boxing Day. How's it going, Sarah? Yeah, looking forward to this one. I think, it's a big, big game for both countries. You're not really entirely sure who to back. Both teams won their first game, didn't they? South Africa getting the win over... Was it Angola? Who did they beat in the first game? South Africa. Who did South Africa beat in the first game? Help me out, someone. It was Angola. 2-1. They both won 2-1, didn't they? Both won by a 2-1 scoreline. Egypt, they won against Zimbabwe. Mo Salah with the winner. And then South Africa, obviously, they won their game against Angola. Now, Angola-Zimbabwe have just finished. It's 1-1, that one. That one's finished. So, now that one is delicately poised, isn't it, this group? Because if either of these two were to win, it sets up the third game absolutely perfectly for Zimbabwe or Angola to get the win. Imagine a situation where this one is maybe a win for Egypt. All of a sudden, South Africa cannot afford to lose that final game, otherwise they'll go out. A draw here probably suits both teams in many ways. A draw is probably the result that sees both teams through. Because they'll both be on 4 points compared to the other two in 1 point, and they'll both be playing each other on the final day. So the group is certainly set for a point in this one, but I'm sure neither Egypt nor South Africa will want to take any chances. If they get the win, they are already assured of their place in the next round. Sarah says, come on Egypt. Normal Guy says, good morning from America. Lots of love to America, mate. LJ says, hi, Key and all. Hope you enjoyed Christmas dinner and all. You have a tattoo now, Key. Well, I've always had a tattoo this side. I don't know if you can see on I've always had a tattoo on this side. But yeah, my little girl put a tattoo of a snowman on this arm last night. And she was trying to put makeup on me and all sorts because she got makeup for Christmas. So, great thanks and yours. Shibainud Degenerate said they beat my dad's country, Angola. Wow. And one Darrell says, good afternoon, Key. I'll be back here for tonight's game, but what's your prediction? My prediction for this one, I think Egypt win. I can't see past an Egypt win. I think it's going to be 2-0. Egypt weren't particularly good, it has to be said, though, against who were they playing? Zimbabwe. Yeah, Egypt weren't particularly good against Zimbabwe the other day. And they obviously go a goal down as well in that game, weren't they? They went a goal down, then Marmoush scored, and then Salah with a 92nd minute winner. But Egypt weren't particularly strong. I think today they will be. I think they'll come out and they'll put a real performance in. But they're just showing back the highlights of the South Africa game from the Angola match. Benny McCarthy, of all people, watching along here. What a player he was. Benny McCarthy, absolutely sensational. Wim says KRC Genk 3, Club Bruges 5. The Belgian Jupiler Pro League are underway as well. And Tolga, how's it going, Tolga? Wim says Shanda Campbell's on the bench for South Africa. A Club Bruges player. Right, sorry, I'm not ignoring you, TikTok. I apologise. We are going to be doing our quiz today. Obviously, you can see in front of me if you're on TikTok. You won't be able to see this on YouTube. But we've got our blue, our yellow, our red, and our green questions. I will be going through them today as we go through the game. And obviously, we'll be doing our half-time quiz as well. Jake, yo, how's it going? Magnus, good to see you. Kane, how's things? Key, you're not watching Wrexham v Sheffield United, mate? I'm not, mate, no. I'm not. And Matteo, is that Snus over there? I'm Swedish. Snus? What are you on about, Snus? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Snus. What are you on about? Snus? Where's Snus? Where's there meant to be Snus? I don't even know what Snus. My mate has that, but I don't have it. I don't know what it is. Swifty says, I fear for Amorim. United can't afford to lose the 3 players to the AFCON. And Ghostface, did you have a good Christmas? I did. Yes, I had a very, very good Christmas. A wonderful Christmas, and I hope you did too. Magnus Amorim has recalled Toby Collier. Hope he can get a chance. And Swifty says he's been poor at West Brom, Toby Collier. He hasn't really got much of a chance, has he? Yeah. Sifo, you're about to witness the first shock in the AFCON. Well, we'll see. That Sifo's obviously very, very pro South Africa, so maybe we'll see South Africa pinch a win today. Magnus, he's meaning the quiz cards. Snus have a circle box and looks kind of similar to them. I don't think it is, actually. Let me tell you. Is it Snus? No, it's Professor Puzzle. It's Professor Puzzle that has... I bought it for Christmas, and I thought, hey, do you know what? We'll use it on the streams. Why not? Sasha, how's it going, Sasha? What's up? And Lucenzo, is there a site to watch these matches free? Well, you can watch it on channel... I don't know whereabouts in the world you are, Lucenzo, but we are watching this on Channel 4 in the UK. If you're in the UK or you have access to a VPN or whatever, I don't know, you can certainly watch on Channel 4. It's totally free in the UK. So if you search Channel 4 and you can access Channel 4, you can watch Egypt against South Africa. DSO807348. Who do you support, mate? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'll be live tonight for Newcastle away at Man United, though, and I'm live every day watching football, no matter who is on. We've done over 43 different competitions in the on Premier League Dad this year. I am just about to do, by the way, just for those who are watching, I'm just about to release. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see it. I'll probably try and share it on TikTok and YouTube as well if I can. But I'm posting on Twitter, Premier League Dad Wrapped for 2025. So all of the competitions that we've done, I'm doing a rundown of the top 10 games that we have done on this channel. And it's been very, very difficult to pick just 10. Given we've done over 500 games, 500 watch-alongs we've done together. We've watched 500 games together on this channel. I have found it really difficult to pick the top 10, but I've managed to do it. And yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. I'm intrigued to see what people think. Reese, no more Coca-Colas today, Key. None at all. None at all. Boxing Day. Pure Pepsi. Excuse me. Magnus, it's really popular in Scandinavia and up the Gunners. Lewis says Cardiff playing in about 5 minutes. How do you think Cardiff get on? Cardiff should win, shouldn't they, today? Yeah, I fancy Cardiff. Let me know your predictions in the chat. Yeah, let me know what you're thinking in this one. I really do fancy Egypt to get the win. Trezeguet, Marmoush and Mo Salah as a front three is very, very strong, isn't it? I can't see them not... Yeah, I can't see them not winning. Smolly says South Africa to win today, and Sarah thinks it's going to be 2-1 to Egypt. Well, C4 thinks it's going to be 2-1 to South Africa. Well, both teams, like I said, both teams won their opening game. Egypt amongst the favourites to lift the AFCON this year. And that's even still after it took a stoppage time winner from Mo Salah against Zimbabwe in the last one. And also, by the way, they didn't win a game in the Arab Cup. I don't know if you remember, the Arab Cup wasn't that long ago, and Egypt didn't even win a game in the Arab Cup. So they're not exactly in banging form, it has to be said. But South Africa still absolutely overwhelming favourites to go through. Even if they lose today, I think I'd still expect South Africa to take second in the group. They'll beat Zimbabwe on the final day. I'm pretty confident of that. And also, another one just to worth mentioning, but for this game, I think the last... Let's double check, actually. Let's double check before I commit to this. Let's double check. South Africa's last... No, that's not true. That's not true. It was both teams to score under 3.5 anyway in the game last time. Adrian says, hey Key, hey everyone, how's it going, Adrian? Magnus, what game are you watching now? I am watching Egypt against South Africa. It will look very, very different on TikTok next time, by the way. This is a bit of a momentous stream on TikTok, I guess. It's the final ever stream that you'll see me like this, because moving forward, you will be on... You won't even have this mic anymore. This mic's going. This mic is going on TikTok going forward. You will be on the same camera as everyone else, and you'll be having the proper audio and everything. So I've managed to figure all that out. C4 says goalkeeper El Shanawi is used to fetching the ball in the net against South Africans. And Jeffrey Nyarongo, hi, watching from Zambia. Good lad, Jeffrey. Lots of love to Zambia. Caleb S97, hi there, you melt. Hi, Caleb. How's it going? Sarah, good to see it. What are we saying? What are we saying? Reese says, making my way through leftovers from Christmas today, Key. What's your leftovers? Do you know what? I've just had Christmas lunch, or Boxing Day lunch. And it was a mix of meats. Yeah, we had chicken. No, turkey, not chicken. We had turkey, beef, and lamb. Absolute top quality. Turkey, beef, and lamb, all leftovers. Carrots and turnip mash, bit of gravy, Yorkshire pudding, some roast potatoes. Absolutely different class. Bentam goal, how's it going, mate? Reese says honey glazed gammon for me. Oh, lovely. Honey glazed gammon. That's appropriate for you, isn't it, Reese? Gotti, are we going to get the same screen graphics on? Yes, you are, Gotti. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. I have managed to convince TikTok to give me the specific, basically the feed, so that I can make it look like YouTube over here. So yes, it will look a lot better over there soon. Reese, it's Boxing Day, Key. I'll let that slide. Hey, all friends here, Reese. Caleb, no Boxing Day matches is mad. Any prediction for tomorrow, Key? Well, there is Boxing Day matches. What are you talking about? Of course there's Boxing Day matches. We're watching one right now. We're watching Man United Newcastle later. There's a full Championship and League One, League Two calendar. Like, what are you talking about? There's no Boxing Day matches. You are off your head, mate. There's a massive amount of Boxing Day matches. Abel says Mo Salah, Mbokazi. And Sarah says, I want Nigeria or Egypt to win. If Ethiopia was in it, I'd have picked them. Well, I'd love it if we get an early Mo Salah exit. I'd love it if Egypt got out. Magnus, I cannot be here for the United game tonight. I'm going to watch it with my dad. Well, do you know what? That makes me very happy. Every opportunity you get to watch football with your dad, you should watch it. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. Sanchez, why are you doing AFCON? Why not? Because it's massive. It's a huge tournament. It's an absolutely huge tournament. Hey, Shell, stop changing your blooming profile pictures. I keep looking and seeing it doesn't look anything like you. Right, timer. Let's get it going. Let's get the game going because we're very, very nearly underway here. Okay. John Aspius, hi, watching from Malawi. Wow, love to Malawi. I love that. Lots of people from all over Africa watching today. Malawi, Zambia, Egypt. It's fantastic. It's great to see. Sanchez says, I like you a little bit more just for saying that. Many disrespect the AFCON. AFCON's great. AFCON always produces. I mean, I'd go as far as saying some of the best games I've watched on this channel have been in the last couple of days. And not even necessarily in terms of, quality or whatever. Just like chaos. Just pure chaos. Burkina Faso, I don't care what anyone says. If you watch that Equatorial Guinea versus Burkina Faso game and tell me you weren't entertained, you are off your head. I don't know what you want from football. I have no idea what you're seeking from football if you weren't entertained by Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea. It was incredible. Lewis, have you ever bought the mystery football shirt? I haven't, no. I have been approached, though, by them asking if I would like to be sponsored by them. But no, I haven't bought the mystery football shirts. Shell says, getting told off. You sounded like me dad then. Sorry. I apologise. Magnus, do you know why United in the last 3 game weeks have played matches on days where no other matches are? I think it's purely because they don't have European football. So they aren't necessarily prioritised, I guess. They don't have many, Saturday kickoffs. I mean, United fans are actually pretty upset by it. They're being presented with like 5:30 kickoffs and Monday night football kickoffs and, midweek kickoffs basically, which are really difficult for them. Sarah says, what's with the booing? I have no idea. Why are they booing? And Shell says, I'm a nutty animal. I thought it was a perfect likeness of me. Unlucky Egypt, very nearly breaking through. Abel Lekelo Makumane. What's the starting time? The starting time is now. We are 2.5 minutes in. You can see the clock just up there, about there. The clock's just about there, mate. Sanchez, I personally think this AFCON has been quite entertaining. It has been good, hasn't it? Yeah, I enjoy it. Certainly enjoyed it. Magnus, I love it because I can watch all the other games one day and then United the next. Well, tonight you get your wish. You can watch United against Newcastle and then, a full Premier League fixture list tomorrow, basically. South Africa, great ball in. That was a wonderful chance. Sarah says Hugo Bruce, the South Africa coach. And Kelvin says, hi, watching from Malawi. Another person watching from Malawi. Lots of love to Malawi. Yeah, I wonder why we're getting so many fans in from Malawi. I think we've watched Malawi on this channel. I think we've done a game of the. Is it the Flames? Is it the Flames, Malawi? The Malawi football side. I'm sure we did Malawi in the Kosafa Cup. We watched the Kosafa Cup earlier in this season on Premier League Dad, and I think we might have done Malawi. Jake says, hot take, the AFCON is the best international tournament in the world. Certainly up there. And Gotti says, watching Morecambe v Rochdale. Just kicked off. Keep me updated, Gotti. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see exactly how that one goes down. I've got all the scores from the championship games and everything coming up. Millwall 0, Ipswich 0. That one finished, by the way. Coventry, Swansea, Leicester, Watford, Borough, Blackburn, Norwich, Charlton, Oxford, Southampton, Portsmouth, QPR, Sheffield Wednesday, Hull, Stoke, Preston, West Brom, Bristol City. And there's only one goal in those in the opening 5 minutes. Bristol City have pinched one away at the Hawthorns. They're 1-0 up against West Brom. Not a great couple of weeks for West. Well, not a great couple of months for West Brom, it has to be said. In League One, Peterborough 0, Leyton Orient 0, Huddersfield 1, Port Vale 0, Cardiff 0, Exeter 0, Bradford City 0, Wigan 0. Yeah, there's not really an awful lot going on elsewhere. Egypt breaking into the box. Marmouche can't quite get in front of his man. League 2, we've not had any goals in League 2 yet. Walsall and Crewe, worth keeping an eye on. Probably MK Dons Swindon as well. It's probably not a bad shout. And Bristol Rovers Bromley, of course. Bromley flying high in League 2. Could they get back up to League 1? 3-star Reds, a sad end to Christmas Day just night after the news broke up. I was thinking of you, mate. I was thinking about Robertson. Yeah, John Robertson, sadly passing away. Thoughts and prayers go out to all his family, friends and former teammates. Very, very sad. Yeah, great player, wasn't he, John Robertson? Big part of the great Forest sides of the 80s. Shell says, read that before, 3-star, may you rest in peace. And Omar Jawo says, I want United to lose to Newcastle, watching from the Gambia. Yes, the Gambia, Yankuba Minter. Home of Yankuba Minter. Ex-Newcastle, of course, Yankuba Minter, isn't he? Steve, Dallas Cowboy, says South Africa 3, Egypt 1 is my prediction. And Reese's Footy Feed says, come on, South Africa. I know he's technically lacking in a Burnley shirt, but Foster's my favourite player. Such a trier. Selfless, strong comeback from severe depression too. Do you know, yeah, that gets underplayed, that, doesn't it? I don't think many people... I mean, I remember it happening, but I don't think there was an awful lot of coverage in terms of him, you know, his return and kind of... Maybe more needs to be made of that. Obviously, it's such a big platform, the Premier League gets loads of eyes on it, and you know, men's mental health talks about quite rightly for from all angles. But I don't think the return of Lyle Foster to Premier League action maybe has been discussed as much as it should be. The successful return as well, of course. He's done quite well for Burnley this season at times. Magnus says, the only place to watch AFCON here is on a newspaper page, and I don't have it, so I only watch the highlights. Well, nothing wrong with that. Thank you very much, everyone, for your likes and your shares. Here's South Africa down the left-hand side. Ball whipped into the far post. Egypt, great defending, that. Fabulous defending. Hey, Scottish GHK, how's it going, mate? How's your Boxing Day going so far? Leicester 1, Watford 0. Jordan James, 21-year-old Jordan James with a goal for Leicester. We've not even seen a peep of Mo Salah yet. He's not even been on the ball. I don't think he has had a touch of the ball yet. Scottish GHK says severe depression is debilitating. You can't just snap out of it. If you know, you know. Yeah, and this is it. This is why I think it maybe deserves speaking about quite a bit more. The fact that we've got a player in the Premier League who, you know, was suffering, was quite vocal about that as well, and really honest about it. Very brave to come out and say that he wasn't handling it all that well, and you know, took some time away and now back playing again. I just think that's a real success story, isn't it? It's a bit weird that it's not been mentioned perhaps as much as it should have done. And to be fair, again, you know, that's not a knock at the Premier League. I think English football certainly does talk about men's mental health, but maybe not as much as it should. But I thought that would have been an opportunity really to kind of, you know, celebrate success and really reinforce what a fantastic... well, not just fantastic, it was obviously fantastic and brave for him to come out, but the fact that he's been able to recover and get back to playing top flight football in the biggest league in the world is maybe a message that deserves reinforcing, I would say. There is a way back. Yeah, there is a way back. Reese says, would you take Verratti or Vitinha, Key? Would I take Verratti or Vitinha? I probably wouldn't take Verratti. I think Verratti's days are past him. Vitinha I certainly would take. Steelers fan, favourite MLS team. Again, I haven't really got an MLS team. Don't mind. Do you know, I probably would say, I would say if I had to pick one, it would be the Sounders. And I don't know why. I haven't got a particular affinity with Seattle. I've been to New York. I've been to Vegas. I think Vegas. Have Vegas got an MLS team? They haven't, have they? I don't think I'd have. Yeah, I quite like the Sounders. I've got family who live in Seattle, so there's probably only really that tie to it. And the family that I've got is like distant family, but I have got family who live in Seattle, so maybe that would be the only thing. Magnus says, have you seen the Dele Alli interview where he talks about his childhood? Yes, with Gary Neville, yeah. Yeah. Great ball. Oh, should have been 1-0 Egypt. Should have been 1-0 to Egypt. Mo Salah through the middle. Ball from the right-hand side. It was from the full-back. It was just a little bit ahead of Mo Salah there. Salah's basically playing as a centre-forward here. He's tucked right through the middle. Reese's Footy Feed says it's every time he misses a game. I always think it's happened again, and then I worry about the mental toll on his confidence, but that's my strange brain. I think that's normal, you know, Reese. I do. I think you would inevitably think that, of course. Because generally, you know, when someone's been through that, they're maybe more predisposed to go through it. Again, I have no evidence to say that, but it might well be the case. I guess from my point of view, as long as he's playing at the top level, and as long as I'm sure Burnley have got great people. It's a good club, Burnley. And to be fair, they've been through it before as well, haven't they? Obviously, what's his bloody name now? What was his name? Head of the PFA. Head of the... Oh, it's going to do my head in that now. Ex-Burnley defender. Head of the PFA. Is it Clark? No. What's his name? My head's gone. Scottish GHK says, Key, no membership donations today. Paid for a roof over someone's head for an evening instead. Shelter needs the donations. Great choice. Love that, mate. Absolutely perfect. Yes. Absolutely love that. Really, really appreciate that. All the more. That's an absolute top guy, Scottish GHK. Definitely far more deserving than I. So, no, I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much for donating to Shelter. To Crisis. Crisis. Steve says, I was very sad about James Ranson, death by depression. Loved him in the Wire series, and I feel for every player who dealt with this, especially the academy players. Their situation's very difficult. Yeah. And 3-star... The thing with academy players as well, academy players is not... Like, they invest all their lives into becoming professionals, and then they're told, you're not going to make it at this club. And there's not really that sort of a safety net to get them back into the game, maybe at a lower level or whatever. And it's, it often feels a lot worse than it actually is. 3-star Reds, they certainly broke the mould when they made Robbo. It always raised a chuckle about when Clough signed him and he turned up slightly overweight, grease-stained suede shoes, smoking a cigarette. Ollie, what games are you doing tomorrow? Games tomorrow are Liverpool v Wolves, 3 p.m. Chelsea v Aston Villa, 5:30 p.m. Clark Carlisle is the one, Reece. That's the one I was on about. Yes. Yes. Jake says, just sent you 182 likes, bit late, but Merry Christmas, mate. Jake, that is very, very much appreciated, mate. Thank you very much for that. Shamner, any predictions for the Man United v Newcastle game? Looks like a tough call. I think Newcastle win that one, Shamner. I know you're a United fan, but I really do think Newcastle win that one, you know. Steve Olad TTV, Crisis with the Peeps, who helped me out just over 3 years ago. I am so glad, mate. That is amazing. That is absolutely brilliant. I am so glad to hear that. They do some fantastic work, and that's why I wanted to put them on the channel, because especially at this time of year, it's a bit of a mad time of year, and not everyone loves Christmas for obvious reasons, but it's really, really cold in the UK, and it's a time where you want people to be able to at least be safe and warm and have a roof over their heads and a hot meal or something like that, and Crisis do absolutely fantastic work, not only in getting people off the streets for a night, but actually helping them long term to kind of access housing opportunities and employment opportunities and what benefits they can have access to and all that stuff. They're brilliant. So yeah, any help you can give, get it in there. This side, yeah, down here, down here. Go and check these guys out. They're absolutely fantastic. The QR code's on screen throughout the game. So anything you can give it to them if you can. It's very, very nice of you to do so. Steve says Newcastle 4-0 against Make-A-Wish FC. And Steve-O lad, yeah, they're great people, very reliable in an hour of need. Steve-O, absolutely relieved to hear that, mate. I'm glad to hear you're doing better and hopefully life's treating you good. Merry Christmas to you and yours, mate. Sato Fovic, what is your fave kit of all time, mate? Probably one of these two just behind me. Fiorentina, the Nintendo kit just behind me. Fiorentina's Nintendo kit, Gabriel Batistuta. And then the one just to the left of that as you look at it. Is it the left? Well, it'd be the right on YouTube. Either way, the left or the right is the green Liverpool away kit of 2000. TT Kamara, green Liverpool Carlsberg kit. So either of them two it would probably be. Thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Who was it who followed me? Aki? I don't even know what that was, but thank you very much. Couldn't even see what it was. Yeah, I was going to say, the TikTok will look very, very different in another... Might even be for tonight. I might be able to sort it for tonight. So by the time tonight's game swings around, the TikTok live will look very, very different. And it'll look exactly like the YouTube live. Should we do some quiz questions? Steve-O said, I only got a Liverpool jersey yesterday. Now time to save up and get Jota 20 on the back, man. It has to be done. Love that. Yeah. Diogo Jota. Hey, and his kids are leading Liverpool's Liverpool and Wolves out tomorrow. I don't know if you knew that, but tomorrow Liverpool play Wolves, obviously, and that's the first time that his two former clubs will have played against each other. So, yeah, his two kids, Ruta, his wife is coming over, and his two kids are going to be leading the teams out, so it's going to be a very emotional day tomorrow. Scottish JHK says, I sent to a local Edinburgh charity called Streetwork. Sorry I said Shelton instead of Crisis. For anyone unsure, give to both. One less night out will give a few people in need a night in. Love that. Yeah, hey, listen, it's all wherever. Like I said, as long as you I would much rather it go to them than I. So yeah, absolutely. Anything you can do to help, please do so. The Jota Derby tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be a mad day that tomorrow. Very emotional. Ball whipped in. Chance for Egypt. Straight out of play on the far side. We've not really had any major opportunities in this opening sort of 20 minutes or so. I think he'd have been offside anyway. Right, should we do some quiz questions? Who scored the winning penalty for England to beat Colombia on penalties in the 2018 FIFA World Cup round of 16? Who scored the winning penalty for England? United Forever says Wolves to get the first win tomorrow against Liverpool. Shocker. Do you know, it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. Egypt are in here. Big chance for... Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul and a yellow card. Do you know what? That was a bit of a dirty one, that. Was it Mokoena? I think it was. Mokoena. Absolutely horrific tackle from behind that. And they're claiming a possible red card, you know, because he doesn't... That's a professional foul. He's not even gone for the ball. Oh, that was naughty, that. Yeah, that was naughty. Oh, yeah, I think that might be a red, you know. Oh, he absolutely sides Marmouche down there. I think that could be a red. This one might get checked, you know. This one could be a check, I'm telling you. Could be a check. Could be a check here. Would not be surprised if the referee was sent to have a look at this one, because he's running clean through on goal, Marmouche, and Mokoena, he's not even gone for the ball, and his studs have gone right down the back of Marmouche's leg. Kind of his Achilles more than anything. Get him off, ref, says Steve-O. Callum, do you think Newport County can get their first win today against Barnet? They've not been great, Newport, this year, have we? We've watched a couple of Newport games. Barnet, well, hey, possibly, yeah. I'm not sure about home first win, but they can certainly get a point. They've got some. They can get something against Barnet. United Forever says key is the answer, Eric Dyer. It is, sorry, yes, it is Eric Dyer. The person who scored the winning penalty for England to beat Colombia on penalties in the 2018 FIFA World Cup round of 16 was Eric Dyer. Steve Olad says, get him off, ref. If that was me, he'd be walking. If that was me, he'd be walking. You bottleless get, Campbell. 3-star Reds, I know Gaza got the winner at Euro 96 in the opening game. Scottish HK. Oh, that was naughty. Diego Maradona joined Barcelona from Boca Juniors in which year? Free kick to Egypt. Strike. Oh, unlucky. Just wide. Good effort that from Marmouche. Just wide. Big Dunk. Hello, big fella. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. Hope your Christmas is going well. Stephen Pope says, ref is bent. I'm sure that means corrupt and not the other kind. But yes, I agree. It wasn't 74, no. It was not 74. Big Dunk, you've gone heavy on the pudding there. We didn't have any pudding. That's the one regret from Christmas. Yeah, no pudding. Didn't even have seconds, actually. I know you won't believe that, but I didn't. Didn't have seconds. We're still on leftovers today, mind. So, yeah. I've had a little Christmas dinner then. Not 76, no. Oxford 1, Southampton 0, and Sheffield Wednesday 1, Hull 0. Jesus Christ, two games, 2 shot results there. It's not 75, it's not 76. You're well out. You're absolutely miles out. Reese's Footy Feed, Plymouth down to 10 men against Reading and 3-0 in 10 minutes. Whoops. Steve Hollard says, so what's your opinion on the Kobe Mainoo situation at United? As Ruben Scammerim says, he's the future, but he has to wait. Who do you support, Steve-O, by the way? I don't think we've covered this, or I don't think we've spoke about this previously, but I think for me, yeah, Ruben Amorim should have been sacked last year as Man United manager. I'm a Liverpool fan, so you'd say I've got an agenda, I guess. But I think Kobe Mainoo, I'm astonished that he doesn't get more minutes at United, especially given how bad their midfield is. He's literally playing players out of position ahead of Kobe Mainoo because he doesn't rate him. Or he doesn't like his attitude, one or the other. It's not 85, no. Big Dunk, that's the pen kicking in key. It is, yeah. Moved up a dose. Steve-O lad, Liverpool lad, good lad, Steve-O. Well, there you go. We'll get on well, like a house on fire. But I would say, for me, if people asked me the other day, they said, who would you take if you're a Liverpool fan? Who would you take from United? And I said, honestly, Kobe Mainoo. I'd rather have Kobe Mainoo in our midfield than Alexis McAllister this season. He's shocking. Steve, Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Key, what's the worst nickname for a team you've ever heard? For me, Cools for Barcelona, which means RSFC. The worst nickname for a team. I don't know, actually. I don't know. Hey, that's a good question. Malaga's official nickname is the Anchovies, and I've been to La Rosaleda many times. Villarreal's is the Yellow Submarine. Atletico Madrid's is the Mattress Makers. We talked about that last night. The Mattress Makers for Atletico Madrid. They're known as Los Colchoneros, which is the Mattress Makers in Spanish. Crazy. Reading, the Biscuit Men. Just trying to looking at specifically unique football names now, unique football club nicknames. But yeah, I guess, I don't know really. I guess probably the anchovies or the yellow submarine in Spain is pretty bad, isn't it? 3-star Red says, few chicken strips my nephew did not eat, along with some roast potatoes warmed up with some cranberry sauce for dinner before I start on the Boxing Day tea. Good lad. The cottagers has new connotations now. It does. Yeah, the cottagers not maybe as universally welcomed as it once was. Scottish GHK, I'm not bitter about home nations winning, just don't do it against Scotland. Tolga wanted to wish Shelley a happy new year, 2026. Oh, there you go. Love that. Ollie says, for pudding yesterday, I had one of them chocolate Yule logs. Bloody hell, it's a big pudding. Steve Olad says, Endo Gomez needs to go. Also use the money for Cobby. Reese says, Preston, K, Knobend, Fulham Cottagers. Tolga, Key, which side do you want to win? Which side do I want to win? I'd like South Africa, purely because I want to see Mo Salah come home and be playing for Liverpool again. So I'd like to see South Africa win and Egypt make an early surprise exit from the tournament. Just so Liverpool get Mo Salah back. United Forever says 1981. No, 1982 it was. Diego Maradona joined Barcelona from Boca Juniors. Mackenzie says, why didn't you stay off till the United game later? Spend time with family. I've had time with family all over Christmas, mate. 2 games on Boxing Day. This is peak football now. And it's only, like you say, two games is what, four and a bit hours? What do you think I'm doing for the rest of the day? Time with family. I've already been and seen my mum and dad and had dinner with my mum and dad today. Been and seen my brother. And I had all morning with my little girl and my missus. It was a lovely little Boxing Day start to the day. Tolga says, Africa win. South Africa to win. And Scottish GHK were his second family. That also. Yeah, that also. Do you know what? I'm going to say that now, going forward. Every time someone says, spend some time with your family. Not that I'm taking the piss, by the way. I appreciate where the gesture's coming from. But when people say it, I'm just going to say, you're my family now. We're all family. You're my wife now. Steve says Egypt can't go out of the group stage because after they won against Zimbabwe, they definitely will go round 16 as best 3. Best 3. Yes, Oxford 1, Southampton 1. Jake says, Key, what kit should I wear? My number 7 Verts home kit or Isak number 9? I'd go Verts, yeah, because Isak's not playing. Mackenzie, shame the Premier League has let us down. Why has the Premier League let us down? We've got Man United Newcastle tonight. Listen, if this channel teaches you nothing, it's that there's more football than just the Premier League. I promise you. Watch football. Like, whoever's on. It's absolutely fantastic. Chance. Oh, great play from the centre forward. Was that Lyle Foster? Lyle Foster did incredibly well there for South Africa to even get a shot away. Did very well. It's been a poor game so far, but South Africa did well to get a shot away there. Magnus, I'm watching Borough v Blackburn in the background. And Mackenzie, only 1 game on Boxing Day is criminal, though. Nah, just means we spread it out a little bit more. 1 game on Boxing Day is absolutely fine. 27th, we've got Liverpool Wolves tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Chelsea Villa, 5:30. I'm going to be live for both of them. Steve Olad says, do you reckon Isak will ever hit Newcastle form in Liverpool? Yes, absolutely he will. He's top quality. He's top quality. I don't know why there's even a debate over it, really. I think he's top quality. He's done very, very well when he has played and he's been on, like, came off the bench and scored against Spurs, probably wins us the game. You know, started against West Ham, scores, probably wins us the game. Scored against Southampton in the Cup, scores, probably wins us the game. Like, when he's been actually fit and not had like these setbacks, which he's had because he's not had a full pre-season, when he's fit, he will be absolutely fine. The finish against West Ham, is as good as any finish you'll see from a centre-forward this season. That is absolute one-touch finish near post. You don't find a better centre-forward finish than that. Absolutely quality. Mackenzie, how are you watching Liverpool v Wolves game like? Same way anyone watches it. You can watch loads of places you can watch it on. Loads of places. Absolutely loads. Rubes, what are you getting me tomorrow? What are you getting you tomorrow? Why? What's tomorrow? 27th. Just a really cool guy. People are saying you don't know what you're saying. I'd say they're probably right. Magnus says, should I watch Borough versus Blackburn or Chesterfield v Notts County? Borough Blackburn, I think. Yeah, Borough will push all game for that, but I think Blackburn might get a point. Rubes, the best day ever. God's gift to the world was born. No, my birthday's in April, mate. Yeah. Scottish JHK, Man United v Newcastle is enough for the Prem today. No games in Scotland as we know how to party, and the SFA knows the players would be out of it. Steve says if Isak is healthy and doesn't have any injuries in Liverpool, he'll be the best striker in the Prem. Forget Newcastle, he'll be the best striker in Liverpool history. And Sarah says, my daughter's 29 tomorrow. Damn, I'm getting old. 29? Your daughter. Behave yourself, Sarah. I'd have said it was your sister. 29. Bloody hell. It's your birthday, is it, Rubes? Well, what do you want? What do you want for your birthday? I'm 38 tomorrow. You old bastard. What do you want? What do you want? Can I get you anything? What can I reasonably get for you in time for tomorrow that can't be posted? Probably not an awful lot. Foxy says, so disappointed with Angola in the AFCON. I was going to say, you said Angola, didn't you say, Foxy? You were saying Angola might be maybe a dark horse for the tournament. Steve-O, I've travelled to Nottingham to watch Forest v City tomorrow as my friend is a City fan. And football's football. Hope for a draw. Good lad. Happy Christmas, Rube, says 3-star. And Zamo Maluk says, my country, my pride. Yes, the Bafana Bafana. Good lad, Zamo Maluk. Rubes, I know I'm an old bar steward. Hey, mate, it comes to all of us. Don't worry. You don't look a day over 37 if it helps. Oh, unlucky. South Africa pressing well. 35 minutes on the clock. We've not had a chance in this game yet. It's been a really poor first half. A very, very poor first half, it must be said. Given how big we've been big in the AFCON up, haven't we? We've been saying how fantastic this tournament is. But it's been a pretty poor first half. Rubes, you're younger than me, aren't you? Cheeky bugger. As if I look 38. Yes, I'm younger than you. Toy boy. Bristol Rovers 1, Bromley 0. Oh my God. Sparks puts Bristol Rovers in front. Jake says FIFA's moving the AFCON to every 4 years, apparently. Yeah, they should really. It's wrong that they do it every 2 years. 3-star Red City have no chance of getting a draw, Steve-O lad. It's Forest all the way. It's going to be a corner kick here to Egypt. South Africa pouring it behind. And Magnus says Blackburn missed a big chance. Come on, Blackburn. Come on, Rovers. Look at the Pharaohs there. The Pharaohs in the crowd. Foxy says, no, my dark horses were Uganda and Mozambique. Both lost first game, but one win from either should be enough to finish in the third best placed sides. We're doing Uganda v Nigeria in a couple of days' time. So that one's going to be a good one. We'll hopefully you'll be on for that one. Corner kick to Egypt. Jake thinks it's going to be Egypt to win the AFCON. Certainly one of the favourites, aren't they, Jake? Yeah. It's a corner kick here to Egypt. Plenty of players around the goalkeeper. Cleared away by South Africa. Too easy, really. It's a poor ball in. Who's it who puts the ball in? Lyle Foster who gets it away. Steve-O says, well, Haaland has done his way in. He's ready for fight night. And Steve says Forest didn't win against Fulham, let alone City. City will comfortably win this. Yeah, I can't. If I'm honest, 3-star, I don't see Forest getting anything against City. However, you are playing Everton a few days later, aren't you? I'm sure you got Everton coming up. So I'm backing Forest against Everton. Ben says, how was your Christmas key? Tuned in briefly yesterday. I mean, yesterday basically just turned into a quiz and me drunkenly ranting. But it was all right. We ended up watching a game with some goals at least. It was 0-0 for most of the game, and then Al Ettifaq scored a couple. Hey, even Genie Wijnaldum scored in the end. So that was a good result. Yeah, Al Ettifaq beat Al Riyadh on our first Christmas Day live on this channel. South Africa driving forward. Neither of these teams can pass 5 yards, honestly. 2-3 passes and the ball's switching over to someone else. Look at that. Give it away again, Mo Salah. Reece says, AFCON's either riveting or a stinker. No middle ground, it seems. It is the Dejan Lovren of football tournaments, yes. Foxy says, tough group for Uganda with Nigeria and Tunisia. However, versus Tanzania will be the chance for them to progress. Fair enough. Scottish GHK, I tried to go to the 2010 World Cup, but my flight was to Vuvuzela. And I ended up in South America instead of South Africa. Still got carjacked. Your flight was to Vuvuzela. Is that a play on Venezuela, Vuvuzela? Reece says we've done that one, sorry. Jake, are you going to do the quiz now? We'll do the quiz in 8 minutes. We've got 8 minutes until half time. We've been doing a few questions as we go along. Some of these questions are absolutely shocking, I will say that. Which club broke the record for most signings during one transfer window in 2022 when they signed 21 new players? Which club broke the record for most signings during one transfer window in 2022 when they signed 21 new players? Mo Salah going down far too easy there, it must be said. 3-star says Tuesday night is the Everton game. Get ready for those pre-New Year Forest fireworks on the TV when we win, Shell. Foxy says Venezuela, best beaches in the world. Sad that it's so unsafe. I've heard good things about Croatia's beaches. Scottish GHK says Bournemouth. Steve says Forest. 3-star says Forest. It was Forest, yeah. Nottingham Forest signed 21 new players in the summer 2022 transfer window. 21 new players. It's true, that. Mad, innit? Magnus says Middlesbrough just hit the inside of the post. Spanish side Villarreal take their nickname from which song by the Beatles? As if we've just been talking about that, and that's the first question out. Reece says, I thought they were trumpets in the crowd at South Africa 2010. They caught on here in our stadium for about a month after. Jake says Chelsea made more in 2024. Did they? Surely not. Prince Rupert, yellow submarine is right. It's translated to El Submarino Amarillo. Could be on for a penalty here. Bang on half time. We could be on for a penalty. Egypt, potentially penalty to South Africa, is it? Or potentially a penalty to... Who's the penalty to? I've not even seen where the penalty would be. Is it for South Africa or for Egypt? Astonished here. I haven't seen anything that would suggest that's a penalty. All the cameras on Mo Salah, so maybe it's a check for Egypt. Apparently it is. I think it's going to be a penalty to Egypt. This is an absolutely shocking moment in the game. If Mo Salah gets a penalty for this, honestly, I am astonished. I am absolutely astonished if Mo Salah gets a penalty for this. It was never ever a penalty. It just wasn't a penalty. They're going to watch it back. We've got the referee stood over at the monitor here. This is going to be a VAR check. Is it going to be a penalty? I just don't think it is. They're not even showing the VAR. They're not showing it. Corruption, says Prince Rupert. Scottish GHK says Reece got the Vuvuzela pun. Well played. I know, but was it Vuvuzela Venezuela? Is that what we were going for? I just didn't get... yeah. Sorry, didn't make the connection. Still too early, mate. Yeah, I'm pretty confident it's going to be Egypt who are going to get the penalty here if the referee is deeming that it is indeed a pen. Apparently it's for an arm to Mo Salah's face here. That's what they're checking for. An arm to the face of Mo Salah in the penalty area. For me, that is absolute craziness if this gets given as a pen. If this gets given as a penalty, it is madness. I'm sorry. This is absolute madness. There's no way this should be a penalty. Not at all. Never, ever, ever a pen. And it is. He's give it. Penalty to Egypt. Mo Salah's going to take it as well. And do you know what? He looks a little bit like he got mixed feelings about it because it's just not a penalty. It just isn't a pen. In no world is that a penalty. That's an absolute joke, says Stephen. Stephen says it's an absolute joke. And it's a yellow card as well. He gets a yellow card as well. It's so poor, that. Let's watch it back here. Oh, my God. I can't tell. That is never a pen. That is never, ever, ever a pen. Oh, my goodness me. So poor, that. Oh, ref. The game is absolutely gone. The game is absolutely gone. If that is a penalty, the game's gone. The game's done. You don't want penalties given for that. TK disagrees. He says it was, but is it enough? I don't think it is enough. There was absolutely a connection. Of course there's a connection. But that's ridiculous. That's not a penalty, is it? It's not a penalty. It's never a penalty. It just never is a penalty. Listen, Mo Salah will step up. He'll score this, I'm sure. And it'll be 1-0, and that might decide the game. Bang on half-time. But it's really sad. Really, really sad that will be a penalty in this game. That's maybe a decisive one as well. Nicholas Arno. Merry Christmas, lad. Long time no see on my feed. Good to see you, Nicholas. How's things? Jake says, what's your score prediction for tomorrow? I think 1-0 to Liverpool against Wolves. Right, it's a penalty to Egypt here. And I'll be honest, it's not a penalty to me. It really isn't a penalty, but it is going to be given. It has been given. And Mo Salah's about to step up and take it. Mo Salah, left-footed, to put Egypt 1-0 in front. Can he do it? Will he do it against Williams? Ronwen Williams, great penalty from Salah, straight down the middle, 1-0 to Egypt. 1-0 to Egypt, and Ronwen Williams, the captain of the Bafana Bafana, who plays for the Mamelodi Sundowns as well, he cannot keep it out. Can't keep it out, and it's Egypt 1, South Africa 0. Mo Salah penalty, crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's play on in South America. Chaotic. Absolutely chaotic. Portsmouth 1, QPR 0. Devlin with the goal for Portsmouth. Yeah, just a little dink. Little dink down the middle. Good penalty from Salah. Nice and easy. Jake, was it worse than the Wirtz penalty against Inter? I thought the penalty against Inter was a penalty though. It was soft, but it was a penalty. He's clearly dragging him back. And Wirtz would have got to that ball if he hadn't have dragged him back. So he did deliberately prevent an action there. Whereas this one, the South Africa player has control of the ball. Mo Salah's getting nowhere near it. He's nowhere near it. He throws an arm out, but it's in sort of natural movement borderline, and he brushes his face. It's not even like a hit. He brushes his forehead, and Mo Salah reacts and goes down, and it's a penalty. It's crazy, absolutely crazy that is given as a pen. And now South Africa are hitting the deck. Mokoena's gone down there. Walsall 1, Crew 0. It's a red card. Yasser's been sent off. Oh my goodness me, it's a red card for Egypt. This referee has lost control of this game. It's a red. Oh my goodness me, it's a red card. We've gone from a boring 0-0 to a penalty that should never have been a pen, and now a red card in a matter of seconds, it feels like. It's chaos here. And there's now a bit of a fight going on the touchline. What is going on here? Agadir has erupted. Agadir has absolutely erupted here. The Stade Adrar in Agadir. There's chaos on the touchline because the referee has decided to send off Yasser, I believe it is, of Egypt. And the referee is from Burundi, I believe. And Dabi Hwenimana, the referee from Burundi. Oh, it is there's a little bit of a stamp there, but it's not enough, that. It's really not enough. You can't be giving that. That's mental to give that as a second yellow card. I don't think that's a second yellow. This is absolutely typical AFCON, says 3-Star Reds. And Steve says that is justice. Well, yeah, Yasser has been given a red card. Ibrahim Yasser, the centre-back for Egypt, sent off. There you go. Oh, no. No. Hey, I got it wrong. It's not Yasser, it's Hani. It's the right back of Egypt who's received a straight red. I thought it was a second yellow. For Ibrahim Yasser, but it's not. Oh my God. Yeah, I could have swore that it was a yellow card for Ibrahim. But it's not, it's Hani. Reese's Footy Feed says, you what? That's a regulation foul, never a card. Crazy. And now we've got a game on, because not only have we had an unjust penalty, but it's half-time. The referee's blown up for half-time. There you go. Now we've got a game. And this is AFCON. If ever a half of football encapsulated the AFCON, this is it. It's 0-0. It's pretty dour. And then bang, chaos. One big thing, chaos. We've got a player sent off. We've got a penalty that was never a penalty. And it's corruption, I'm sure. That's what will be given. That'll be the shout from the stands. Corruption. Right, half-time here in the AFCON. And we'll be doing our half-time quiz, as usual. Gotti says Morecambe 0, Rochdale 0. Oh, Rochdale have pinched one. Rochdale have pinched one at Morecambe, 1-0. TK says, what team got a red? Egypt. Coventry are 1-0 up against Swansea. And Mulzer says, how is that a penalty? I agree. Never a pen, was it? Never was a pen. Foxy says, isn't the ref Pacifique and Derby Wenimana? I know it was in Derby. I knew it was in Derby Wenimana, but I didn't know if his first name was Pacifique. I like the first name though. Pacifique is perhaps a little ironic for a referee. Not all that pacifistic. 3-Star Red says, I put £3 on earlier on South Africa to win. Nice. Tutungun says, SA will still win. Do we think so? Magnus, I've watched a match with Rochdale v Yeovil Town on the Crown Oil Arena. Lovely. Rachel, hi, I'm new. Good to see you, Rachel. Welcome to the channel. Let us know your support. Let us know your prediction for this one. Get involved in the chat. We've got some lovely, lovely people in the chat. And good to have you. Yeah, stick around. It's lovely to have you here. Scottish GHK says, come on, Coventry, for a great mate of mine. Come on, Cov. Caustic says, penalty clear as day. Behave yourself, mate. That's never a pen. Never a pen. Never, ever a pen. Foxy says we need a Pacifique in the Prem. We do. It's a great name, isn't it? Pacifique. Steve says, the only thing I know about Burundi is Sadio Berahino from Stoke City. Yeah, Stoke, West Brom. Bounced around a little bit, Sadio, didn't he? And, Saido, sorry, not Sadio. Saido Berahino. Dylan Martin says, Man City signed, decided. Man City signed, decided. Is that an auto-correct for Semenyo? Right, let's do some questions anyway. Let's do a quiz. Let's do a little quiz. Right, so we're on to green. Let's do green. Green questions, which is world stage. What was the first FIFA World Cup that Lionel Messi played in? The first FIFA World Cup played in by Lionel Messi. Foxy says, in 19 African Champions Leagues, this ref has given 61 yellow cards and 4 reds. He's no messing about. I love it. 3-Star Red says, I reckon Rachel is a Forest fan. Dylan says, my team won the signing war. Who's decided? I don't. You've got it, Dylan. You need to review that message, mate. Early says 2006 is correct. 2006 Germany is the first World Cup that Lionel Messi played in. Correct. Like it. Good answers. Good answers. Next one is red, which is throwback football. Who was the... This one's a bit more of an older one. This one might be more for the older crowd. Who was the first manager to win the Football League Cup twice? And he won it with 2 different clubs. The first manager to win the English Football League Cup twice. You're never going to get it unless you're of a certain age. And that, it's a lot older than me. So anyone younger than me, I would be amazed if you're getting it. Scottish GHK, the closest that was to a pen is the feather on a quill that describes the slight touch. Knock me down at a feather. And Twisted Face says, my team won the signing war. The window isn't open yet. Ikoko John Correde says, Egypt to win. Well, they're 1-0 up currently. Yeah, who was the first manager to win the Football League Cup twice? It wasn't Chapman, no. I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue because I don't think you're going to get it without the clue, necessarily. 1961 and 1970. Not Walter, Rachel, no. It's not Ferguson. 1961 and 1970. They won it with Aston Villa in 61 and Manchester City in 1970. LJ says, was it a straight red or a second yellow card? I believe it was a second yellow in the end. I thought it was a straight red. It looked like a straight red when he first just pulled it out of his pocket, but according to Flash scores and Sofa scores, in fact, according to my, over this side actually, according to my lovely stat page, it's 2 yellows. No, it wasn't Ron Atkinson, Shell. It was Joe Mercer. Joe Mercer, the first manager to win the English Football League Cup twice. He won it with Villa in 61 and with City in 1970. So there you go. There's the red. Then we're on to yellow questions, which is Premier League. This is very AFCON themed. Here you go. This is an AFCON themed question. Who became the first Tanzanian footballer to play in the Premier League? First Tanzanian footballer. Dylan, who are you on about, mate? Ben says Lincoln 1, Stockport 0. Let's talk about Lincoln. The Imps. The Imps are flying, aren't they? They're absolutely flying. Who became the first Tanzanian footballer to play in the Premier League? I'll give you a clue. They joined Aston Villa in 2019. Correct. Foxy got it. Magnus got it. It was Samata. And Mbwana Samata joined Aston Villa in 2019-20. There you go. And Mbwana Samata. Right now we're on to the blue cards. Blue cards, which are general knowledge. Honestly, some of these are really, really poor. Which football team did Usain Bolt temporarily play for in 2018? He tried to pursue a career in professional football, didn't he? Which football team did Usain Bolt temporarily play for in 2018? It wasn't Dortmund, no. It wasn't Dortmund. Zamo Maluka, how's it going? It wasn't Melbourne City, no. It wasn't Melbourne, Sneds, or Caustic, or Ginge Clips Hub. No, it wasn't Melbourne City. Not far away, though, but it wasn't Melbourne City. Foxy's got it. It was the Central Coast Mariners. That's who Usain Bolt played for very briefly in 2018. The Central Coast Mariners of Australia. Not Mamelodi Sundowns, Rachel. He did have trials for Manchester United, though. You're right, Adrian. He did go on trial at Man United, but they didn't take him. I think it was just a PR spin, wasn't it? Right, we're back to the green, which is world stage. Neymar's transfer from Barcelona to PSG in August 2017 attracted the all-time highest fee in football history. How much was it in euros? Shell, see you later. Take it easy, Shell. Lots of love. See you soon. Ginge Clip says, was about to say Soccer Aid appearances. No, not Soccer Aid, mate. It wasn't 170 million, no. No, what? How much was it in euros? Neymar's transfer from Barcelona to PSG in August 2017 attracted the all-time highest fee in football history. How much was it in euros? Ginger's got it right. 222 million. Bang on the money. 222 million is how much Neymar cost PSG from Barcelona. Was it money well spent, though? That's the question. In your opinion, was that money well spent when PSG signed Neymar? I don't think it was, you know. For me, he goes down as one of the most overrated players in football history. I've got to say, I never rated him personally. I thought he was very good at Barca, but I think everyone looks good at Barca when you're playing alongside peak Messi and peak Suarez. I think you could have put me in that Barcelona side and I'd have probably done you at least 10 to 15 goals a season, even looking like I do. But Neymar, I wasn't ever convinced by him personally. Jin says it was 193.5 for the conversion, and the Footy Plug says agreed, his career never reached its height. Yeah, it could have gone much better. He certainly had a lot more ability than he ever actually showed. Rachel says nope, and Steve says absolutely no. Adrian says money wasted. Foxy says not really, they never won the Champions League with Neymar. That's true enough. The transfer was not worth it at all, says Magnus. And Sned says the fact people compared him to Ronaldinho is criminal. Ronaldinho for me, mate, at his absolute peak is up there with Messi and Ronaldo. If anything, he's the best player I've seen ever. The best peak I've ever seen in football is Ronaldinho. I thought he was incredible. But people don't necessarily want to talk about that. We'll keep going until the second half kicks off. Who missed the last penalty for England against Portugal in the 2006 Euros? England got knocked out of the 2006 Euros on penalties against Portugal. I'm pretty confident it was a game where the Portuguese goalkeeper scored, wasn't it? Ricardo. Did Ricardo take a penalty and he scored it? Lampard, no, I think Lampard scored. Gerrard did take one, I think he missed. I think Gerrard missed, and I think Carragher missed. But it's not the correct answer. Neither of those are right. Beckham, says Rachel. It wasn't Beckham, no. Steve says, I don't blame Neymar for leaving Barcelona, but not for PSG after his performance against them in the 6-1 comeback. Foxy, was it Carragher? It wasn't, no. It wasn't Jamie Carragher. Wasn't Gerrard, wasn't Carragher, but I do believe both of those missed. According to this, anyway, I'm saying it with extreme confidence. This is an actual professional, football quiz put together by people who've sold it, so I'm hoping it's right. It's not Michael Owen. No. Not Michael Owen, not Gerrard, not Carragher. This fella played for Manchester City at the time, I believe. There you go. Sneds has got it. Darius Vassell. I think he played for City. He was either at City or he was at Villa, but I think he was at City at the time. No, 2006, would he have been at City or would he have been at Villa? I don't know. He was one of the two. Sorry, I might have given duff information there. But yeah, who missed the last penalty for England against Portugal in the 2006 Euros? The answer was Darius Vassell. Not Paul Ince, Dan. No, Paul Ince had long since. He was retired by 2006, surely. Surely Ince had retired by 2006. Can't have been far off. I mean, I know he played for Wolves and he had a little spell at Borough. Oh no, he was still going. He was playing for Macclesfield Town in 2007, Paul Ince. But not at the Euros for England, anyway. Right, we're very close to kick-off for the second half. The players are out. Can we get away with one more very quickly? No, not that one. Name the 4 Red Bull football clubs. Name the 4 Red Bull football clubs. There's 4 clubs that are owned by Red Bull Football. Can you name them? I mean, technically Leeds is one now, isn't it? But it's not. This isn't on the list. Leeds isn't on the list. Foxy says VAR on that question. Vassell miss was 2004 Euros. Did it say to... What was that world stage? Oh, VAR. Right, well, hang on a minute. I want to find that question again then. I want to find that question. Because I've been misinformed. No, here. Who missed the last penalty for England against Portugal in the 2006 Euros? You're right. 2006 was a World Cup, wasn't it? But it does say 2006. I don't know. Let me see if I can. You're not going to be able to see that on the camera, but it definitely does say 2006. I absolutely promise you, 2006 Euros. That. So I'm sorry. It wasn't my fault, but we should have probably known really because. I should know that the World Cup's not in 2006. Egypt putting balls into the box here. We have kicked off. Let me get the timer going again. Apologies. Too distracted by quizzes, aren't we? 45. Omar Marmoush has gone off. Egypt have made a change early in the second half here. Well, at half time. Omar Marmoush off. New York City, Bragantino, Leipzig, and Salzburg are correct, yes. 3 of the 4, well, it just says name 3 of the 4, but I said name 4. FC Red Bull Salzburg, RB Leipzig, New York Red Bulls, and Red Bull Bragantino, or Red Bull Brazil, as they were once known as well. Magnus has got it right as well. Sneds, there's one in Brazil, but God knows what her name is. Correct. Twisted Fate says, if Haaland is the best footballer, I'm a giraffe with a short neck, 6 legs and 8 ants. Scottish HK got that one right. It was RB Bragantino at the end though, mate. Erdy says, let's not mention the punts. The punts. South Africa now pushing forward with the extra man. Can they make it count early in the second half? Good ball in. Desperate for a proper goal to be scored in this game. It's crazy that we've got a penalty shootout, or penalty currently deciding, and a really bad penalty as well. A bad penalty deciding, a big game. Hey, FMR, how's it going, mate? Merry Christmas to you and yours. How's things? Steve says, Red Bull from the MLS. No, he was on about the Brazilian one, Steve. Magnus says, what is one player you would love to see in the Premier League? One player I'd love to see in the Prem. I'd love to see Lamine Yamal to make the move over. Obviously, he's a top winger, so I'd like to see Lamine Yamal come over. Doesn't feel like there's too many top players anymore, though, really, if I'm dead honest with you. I feel like football's gone far more towards athleticism. It's leaning far more into athleticism than it is actual football anymore. Like, I have to agree with Michael Owen on that point, that nowadays you don't actually have to be a great footballer to have an half-decent career in the Premier League. If you can run a bit faster and a bit longer than everyone else, you've got a decent career. Magnus says, Egypt got a red card right after, though I think South Africa will make a comeback. Probably, yeah, absolutely fair enough. Foxy says, Kvisha Kvaratskhelia, yeah. Oh, Kvaratskhelia absolutely would be the one, wouldn't he? Yeah, I love Kvisha Kvaratskhelia. He's top quality. I'd love him to come to the Prem. I'm gutted he went PSG, actually. McTominay with a decent squad would be good. Yeah, maybe. Maybe Scott McTominay would be the one. South Africa pushing forward down the right-hand side here. Oh, unlucky. Chance. Gotti says equaliser for Morecambe. Morecambe 1-1. Rochdale, can Morecambe cause an upset in this game? Well, Huddersfield have just gone 4-0 in front against Port Vale. Alfie May has put them in front. They're flying now. Neymar, best in the world. How's it going, mate? And Steve says, call me crazy. I'd love to see Arda Güler in the Prem. I think Vinicius would be a good player to watch in the Prem as well. Vinicius, Arda Güler, maybe even Jude one day. Now Egypt's on the counter-attack. No, great defending by South Africa. There is a game on here, but it's all South Africa. Egypt playing very much on the counter-attack. It's bizarre to me that they took off Omar Marmoush. Because if anything, it feels like Marmoush would have been a great opportunity for them on the counter. They're playing really good stuff on the... Oh, unlucky. Is that going to be a corner? Yeah, another corner for South Africa. Egypt having to defend very, very deep. Excuse me, Magnus, I'd love to see Antonio Noosa in the Premier League. Well, I think you might do, you know, before long, the way he's playing. Strike from South Africa. Again, another corner. We could be on for a record number of corners in this game, the way it's going. FMR says, with 653 games, who has the most appearances in the Prem? The most appearances? Isn't it Gareth Barry? Or is it Ryan Giggs? Who's got the most? It's Barry, isn't it? I'm sure it's Barry. I think it's Gareth Barry, most appearances. Steve says, I don't see any Madrid players going to the Premier League. Why would you leave the peak of football in Madrid to go there unless a team don't want you? And do you know what, though? We've seen that, haven't we? Sometimes Madrid don't want a player or they don't quite fit in at Madrid and then they go to the Prem and actually have an half-decent career. Nicolas Anelka was a little bit like that. He just didn't fit in there. Yep, Gareth Barry it was indeed. James Milner would need a good couple of seasons to get anywhere close to him, wouldn't he? Egypt not able to get hold of the ball here now. 5-10 minutes into the second half and already it's shaping up quite clearly to be attack versus defence. South Africa driving forward. Egypt... Oh, so poor from South Africa in the end. Steve-O says, I reckon Salah, if he goes, he should do the MLS. Messi, Salah, Suarez, front three. Oh, can you imagine that? Messi, Salah, Suarez at Inter Miami. Good grief. Be about 18-0 every game, wouldn't it? Foxy says, I was listening to Gerrard talking about Anelka, saying how bad recruitment was at Liverpool. Said no to Anelka to get Juve. Yeah. That was entirely on Gerard Houllier, that though, because he didn't get on with Nicolas Anelka, and he was very, very good friends at the time with the fella at Lens Racing Club Lens, which is where Juve was. I think it was his name, Patrice Bergs. I think his name was Patrice Bergs, and he was very, very closely connected to Racing Club Lens, which is where Juve was, and he was basically saying this guy's an absolute world-class player. You know, he was going to the World Cup. We were interested apparently before the World Cup, but at the World Cup, Juve starts really well. He gets in the team of the tournament. Apparently Barcelona want him, and it was quite a big coup for Liverpool at the time that we've nipped in and got El Hadji Diouf. Oh my God, we've got this player. And at 12 million quid, it felt like a bit of a bargain, but we could have got Anelka for 8 million. 8 million quid we could have got Nicolas Anelka for, and instead we sold, we let him go. We let the loan end, and we went and paid 12 for Juve. That is up there with, it's not even up there. It is easily the worst decision Liverpool have ever made in my lifetime, certainly from a transfer point of view. Easily. Comfortably. Long ball forward. Salah controls it. And he gives it away. Poor that. Really poor. Victor, I'm from Egypt. Good to see you, Victor. Well, Egypt's winning so far, but not really playing all that well, it has to be said. Steve Oles says, just imagine a manager reading team news to his team and just goes, then reads Salah, Suarez and Messi. If it was me, I'd hand resignation in after reading them three. Well, do you know what? You never know, though. Some people fancy the chances, don't they, Steve-O? Some people would look at it and go, I am never, ever going to get another opportunity to play against Messi, Suarez and Salah. Get me on that pitch. I want to play against them. Scottish GHK, it's Gareth Barry with Milner only 6 behind. Fourth highest is Lampard, who calls Harry Redknapp Uncle H. Dylan says, you keep playing like you are, you're not winning the Champions League. I'm just saying you're playing bad. Did you ever watch Liverpool in 2005, mate? I'm just saying, I don't think we'd have played any... I don't think we could have played any worse domestically than we did in 2005. We got knocked out of the FA Cup by Burnley due to a Jimmy Traore own goal. We were absolutely dreadful in 2005. But we won the Champions League. We won the Champions League, so how you play domestically in certain moments doesn't necessarily have a bearing on whether or not you do win the Champions League. FMR says, I'm going to go make some of tomorrow's predictions. I've already done Man U v Newcastle. Check it out on my channel. Latest key. Good lad, FMR. Yeah, see you later, mate. Take it easy. Okay, we're approaching the hour mark in this one. 10 men Egypt. 1-0 up against South Africa. We've already watched games in the AFCON so far where we've had 10 men, haven't they? I mean, Burkina Faso and Equatorial Guinea was fascinating. Equatorial Guinea got a man sent off and then went in front and then somehow contrived to throw the game away in injury time. Huddersfield 5, Port Vale 0. Castledean scored. They're absolutely flying, the Terriers. South Africa with a long-distance strike, but it's comfortably wide. Steve says it's called a miracle in 2005 for a reason. I know, but you say that, not long before that, Porto won it. Porto-Monaco final. You know, sometimes Leicester won it. Leicester won the Premier League 2016. You know, there's been Crystal Palace winning the FA Cup last season. You know, there's all sorts of things like that happen from time to time, and that's the magic of football. Egypt chance. Easy peasy for the keeper. Too easy, that. Stu Moko Gamong says, we need it, please. Come on, Stu 2. Egypt coming down the right-hand side. Kane says, honestly, trying to get these videos out before 8. Mate, I don't know how you do it. Don't know how you do it. Oh, big chance here for South Africa. There's a claim for a free kick, is there? Is he going to get a free kick for that? No. Yeah, trying to get these videos out before 8. Honestly, mate, I don't know how you do it. Don't know how you do it. I can't edit, so I don't even try now. I don't even try. Scottish HK says 2005 was a miracle. Gerrard never won the Prem, but he won the Champions League single-handedly. Pretty much. Yeah, Carragher was exceptional, and, you know, some players scored big goals. Luis Garcia, obviously, a couple of massive goals, and some good performances from the likes of, you know, Didier Mann and Sami Hyypiä at different points, and Jerzy Dudek in the final. Everyone kind of played their part, but yeah, it was... Oh, fuck. This is so bad. This is so bad. They're just passing the ball to each other at this point. Egypt now breaking forward on the counter-attack. Here's Trezeguet. He's got Salah forward with him. If he can find him, free kick to Egypt. Whew. Jake, what's the best match you've ever seen in your life? Liverpool, AC Milan, 3-3, Istanbul, 25th of May, 2005. Norwich 1, Charlton 0. Philippe Clement absolutely reinvigorating the Canaries. Foxy says Zambia won the AFCON 2012. Miracles can always happen. Portsmouth 1, QPR 1. And Kane says United Wolves again next week, Keith. It's alright, we're going to warm them up for you, mate. We're going to give them 3 points tomorrow, you watch. We've only just got about 12 players, I think, who can play tomorrow, so we're struggling. We're really, really struggling tomorrow. We've got no Dominic Szoboszlai, our best player. Mo Salah is in he's in Morocco, sorry. Isak's broke his leg. Oh, that was a bit naughty. Yellow card, surely, ref. Yeah, Isak's broke his leg. We've got no fullback, really. Just mad. Just centre-backs all dying on their arse. It's just a horrendous set of circumstances Liverpool face at the minute. Good play that from Egypt. Unlucky. Good save. Good save from Willems. Empty says, today, tough game for us, but we took it. Yeah, good win for Bruges, wasn't it? Was it 5-3 in the end? I think it was 5-3. Right, Apolis, free kick from South Africa. Oh, that's a penalty, ref. That's got to be a penalty. It should be. Is it a penalty? Oh, it's offside. It's offside. Oh, I tell you what, though. If this one gets given as onside, it's 100% a penalty. If he's on. If he's on. Oh, I think he might just be off. It might just be offside. But it is a pen if he... is it a pen? I don't know if it is a pen. It might be a bit of a dive, that. They're still checking it. They're still checking it. Red Wave. Hello, mate. Hope you had a great Christmas. I did, thank you. Yeah, did you have a good Christmas? I hope you did. Twisted Fate says we have 6 starters out also, Key, so we're the same boat. 3 at AFCON, 3 injured. Yeah, we're really struggling. Definitely struggling. We've got no Joe Gomez. We've got no Leone. So we've only got 2 centre-backs. Both of them have to play. Frimpong got a whack in the face last week, so hopefully he's back fit. But, yeah, no Conor Bradley. So we have 1 right-back. Midfield, we've not got Dominic Szoboszlai. Wataru Endo's still out injured, I believe. Yeah, no Mo Salah, obviously. No Alexander Isak. No Cody Gakpo either. So I have no idea who we're going to play. Really no idea who we're going to play. Steve-O says, I finally thought of who I'd like to see in the Prem. Pedri from Barca. Oh, yeah, Pedri's a great player. Yeah, Pedri's a good, very, very good player. Timbo says, hello, Key. I've now risen for my Christmas dinner food coma. Oh, I need to go and get back in one, to be honest. I'm shattered. I had my Christmas lunch just before I came on the live. So I'm absolutely desperate for a little nap, a little power nap before Man United Newcastle tonight. MT says we took the winning gang, so it's a good one as well. They had a tough side, former home of Munoz, Tolu, El Canous, Pender, De Bruyne, Courtois, Castagna and much more. Yeah, good club, aren't they? Bradford 1, Wigan 1. Goal for the Latics away at Bradford City. Zambia v Comoros kicks off at 5:25 tonight. That's going to be a good game. Zambia need to win that one, really, if they've got any chance of going through. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Hull 2. Crooks has just equalised. Another corner to Egypt here. Steve Oled says, did you hear about Jean-Louis Gasset? No, go on. What's happened with that? Steve says, probably we will see Liverpool use some academy players. I don't know. When was the last time I seen one of them used? Well, Naoni could play. Maybe Welty Lucky could play. Maybe Rio Engamoa could play. We could see any of them. Foxy says, Brino Bidon in Brazil reminds me a bit of Pedri. Similar style. He'll be in Europe soon. And Empty says, yeah, they also having to be fired 2 weeks ago after firing Fink last week. Well, couple of good, really, really talented players we watched in the UEFA Under-19s Euros last year. One of which being the fella from Betis, the right winger from Betis. What's his surname now? I forget his surname. Absolutely incredible player. Timbo says, what's your Premier League team of the season so far, Key? Team of the season, to be honest, I think the same as pretty much everyone. Team of the season is quite easy to pick, I think. Oh, South Africa chance. No, nearly. Yeah, I'd say Roofs in goal. I think most people are going with the same midfield. of Caicedo, Rice, Xhaka. Front three is pretty easy with Haaland. I think you'd have to give Haaland, maybe even Semenyo. Has Semenyo been good enough to justify being in the front three? Nah, I'm not sure. Bristol Rovers have got one back against Bromley. Kabamba with the goal. Yeah, I'd probably go with I'd probably go Haaland, Semenyo, Rodgers, maybe. Haaland, Semenyo, Rodgers, front three. I'd go Roofs in goal. I would go with Gabriel centre-back. Oh, shocking these. They're absolutely shocking. Gabriel centre-back. Calafiori left-back. No, Gabriel centre-back, Timber right-back I would go. Because Timber's been very good. Left-back, I'd probably look at... I was going to say, no, actually, it'll be Calafiori left-back. I'd go Matty Cash right-back, I honestly would. Matty Cash has been really good for Villa. Especially in this last run, but I think Matty Cash has done really well. And centre-back... Oh, do you know what? Part of me wants to give Nico O'Reilly a go at left back. I probably got Nico O'Reilly ahead of Calafiori, actually. Nico O'Reilly's going in at ahead of Calafiori. Yeah, so that'd be mine. Steve O'Lad says he passed away. Ex-manager of Ivory Coast, Marseille, Saint-Etienne, Montpellier and Bordeaux. Very sad. Foxy says, how's Naoni rated with the Liverpool fans? Always see him about the squad. Again, a player who's come in with a big reputation, but he's never really done it in the first team. For me, mate, we've got far better in the academy than Naoni. And I'll be honest, even Bajcetic, Serdan Bajcetic should absolutely be in and around the Liverpool team. We shouldn't have let go of Morton, if I'm honest. Look how good Morton's playing at Lyon. It's been incredible. Corner kick to South Africa. This must be about the 50th corner South Africa have had here. Magnus, are you stopping this live before the next match? Yes, yep. Yeah, because the next match is about 3 hours after this one finishes. Foxy, right wing, Pablo Garcia, the Betis lad. Yeah, that's the one, Pablo Garcia. We watched him in the under-19s Euros. He was fantastic. Yeah, some unbelievable players in the under-19s Euros that we saw. That tournament was eye-opening, to be honest. Max Morstedt, that was the one. Max Morstedt. Saeed El Marler, of course. Everyone knows Saeed El Marler now in Germany, but Max Morstedt, the centre-forward, was top quality. Didn't really think England had too much of a tournament in that one, but we watched the Germany game. Germany-England was 5-5, and I think Spain beat Germany 6-5 as well. MT, Keith Schmidt. Keith Schmidt played for the Netherlands in that tournament. I didn't think he was that good in that tournament, to be honest, but he's a talented player. Hey, happy Christmas, Choc Chart. How's it going? Merry Christmas to you and your family. Hope all is well. Health, wealth, and happiness to you, sir. Timbo, no James or Cucurella. You disappoint me. Definitely not James or Cucurella. No, I don't think there's a Chelsea player that gets in it other than Caicedo. I don't think Chelsea have been that good, mate. Dale, afternoon, mate. Hope you had a good day yesterday. Same to you, mate. Yeah, I had a very good day. Lots of time with family, and then I had a little Christmas watch-along with my second family, the Premier League dad family. We watched Al Riyadh against Al Ettifaq in the Saudi Pro League, which you might think was pretty boring, but we had a lovely quiz, and Gini Wijnaldum scored for Al Ettifaq to make it 2-0. Choc Chart, predict Man United and Newcastle for me, please. I'm going to go Newcastle to win 2-1. Man United 1, Newcastle 2. I think Newcastle go 2-0 up and United pull one back late on, but then they can't quite get the draw and it finishes 2-1. That's my opinion. Lisha says, give it to you, to be fair. You predicted El Marler would go on to burst onto the scene. I think he's him and Pablo Garcia. They were the two. You didn't have to have eyes really in that tournament. Let's be honest. If you watched that under-19 tournament, and I was probably one of the only watch-along channels that did it at the time. I don't think any other watch-along channel did the under-19 Euros, but we did that tournament, and honestly, you didn't really have to be like a proper scout or anything to look and see Saeed El Mala and Pablo Garcia were a cut above the rest. They were absolutely incredible. They were top quality. Yeah, just unbelievable. And like you said, Saeed El Mala now, he's got, 9, 10 goals and assists already in the start of the season for Cologne. He started incredibly well. And God knows what the price tag's going to be for him in the summer. La Pulga says for City, would it be Foden, Haaland, Nico in this season's 11? Doku has a shout too. Doku's been good. I think Foden's been alright, but I think I would only put Haaland in my opinion. Erdy says the United strand is depressed. He's not going. Honestly, he isn't going to cut his hurt until this time next year. I promise you. I think at some point his hurt is going to become that much of a problem. I think he's going to have to cut it. I think he's going to have to welch on the bet. I don't think he's not going to see it through. There's no way. I don't think Man United win 5 games in a row anytime soon. Foxy says Netherlands, Germany and Spain players dominated that under-19 tournament. Yeah, there's a few that just looked absolutely incredible. Johnny, who's your club? I'm a Liverpool fan, Johnny. Yeah, Liverpool fan. To be honest, the other, what was the Spain? What was the centre back? The young Spanish centre back called? I think he plays for Sociedad. He was doing really well as well. He had a good tournament. La Pulga says the United strand is not at all depressed. I feel he's getting sponsorships and crazy popularity and views. Hey, life's certainly more than that, mate. Life is definitely worth more than that, but. I think he did it just for a bit of a laugh at first. I actually don't think he did it for views and popularity and... Like, I'm sure he probably thought maybe it'll get big, but I don't think he'd get this big. What a strike! Yeah, I don't think he ever thought it'd be this big. I'm sure he would never have predicted that it would happen like this. So I don't think he's... I think if he could go back in time and maybe redo it, I actually think he probably wouldn't do it. Because I'm telling you... I'm not sure the guy's... totally enamoured with the idea of having his hair like this for this long. I mean, that's the whole concept of the bet. I mean, it's a mad one. It's a mad one. Foxy, I'd say Janssen, Reid, Tygo, Lan and Schmidt for the Netherlands. Danny Munoz, John Martin and that was him, John Martin. Yeah, John Martin. He was very good. Very, very good. Isaac, how's it going? I'm good, mate. Thank you. Very good. Timbo says if we did a Premier League table of Key's weekly predictions, United would be in the relegation places. Well, I'm not far off then, am I? I'm not far off. Chalk Chart says Wrexham v Sheffield United, please. I think Sheffield United will get a result there. Yeah, I think Sheffield United... I know it's a tough place to go, the old racecourse ground, but I'm going to go with the Blades to get a result. So I'd go 2-1 Sheffield United. Gotti says, do you think you'll ever open up a PO box in the future so you can receive fan mail? Do you know what? I've been asked, and I didn't even know that I would have fans. I'm quite embarrassed by it, actually. Not embarrassed. I hope take that in the right way. Like, I'm not ashamed, but like a little bit humbled by the fact that people want to send me anything. I had a lovely guy, message me and say, "Can I send you a footy shirt to put behind you?" He'd made me a footy shirt to put behind me. I thought, what a lovely, lovely gesture that is. But I don't have a PO box, so Yeah, I don't have a PO box. I'm sure maybe at some point I will. Maybe next year. If things are going well and the channel's doing well, still doing well, maybe the channel can pay for a PO box. We've got our own memberships now over on the other place, which I can't say. We've got our own memberships over on there and stuff, so maybe if the channel's still going well next season or towards the end of the season, then yeah, absolutely we can do things like that. Tom says, where's the Scouse accent, mate? It's heavily concentrated around the Liverpool region. It's usually where you find it. Lisha says, for another year is a bit of a drag, mate. He'll get cut in the next 2 months or so. Magnus, I think that Wolves are going to take a point against you tomorrow. They need to take a point at a time, and I think they're going to do it tomorrow. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not even underplaying it. I think Liverpool Wolves tomorrow will be a really, really good game to watch for the neutral. A terrible watch for me. I'm going to be incredibly nervous and anxious. I don't think that's a walk in the park for us tomorrow. I think Wolves make that a really, really difficult game, and I think we'll struggle. So that's why I've gone for 1-0 Liverpool, because I don't think it's going to be a good game. Erdy, have you taken a break from the live stream since the start of the year? No. I've done live streams pretty much every day. I think I've had maybe 2 or 3 days where I haven't done a stream since I started doing the streaming, basically. Foxy says, how long before Wrexham make the Prem? I think it'll take a few more years, but it's great for Welsh football. I agree. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be another couple of years as an absolute minimum. And Scottish GHK, the 7-0 broke in, watching United and having your reactions recorded for posterity will do that to anyone. I can't speak. La Pulga, happy that Coventry and Borough are on their way back to the Premier League. I don't think Borough will be. No, I think Borough get let go. I think they fall down to maybe the playoffs. Joe, I can't actually say. Who are you watching today? You can. It's gone. It's physically gone, mate. You're witnessing history now, Joe. This is the last TikTok live that is going to look like this. Because it's all going to look like the other place as of tonight with a bit of luck. Omar says, what South Africa are waiting for? Chance here. Oh, must be. Oh, so close. Nearly 1-1. Oh, very nearly 1-1 there. So close. Magnus, do you stream every day? Like every day of the year? Yes, every single day. Every single day. There's always a game on, and I'll do a stream every single day of the year. That's the whole concept of the channel. That's why we've done over 500 games in 2020. Over 500 games in 2025 we've done. So, do the math. Fox says Wolves have performed really well away at Spurs, Newcastle, Arsenal, then performed poorly at home in the games where they should pick up points. But recently, under Rob Edwards, they have been a little bit more resilient. If you look at like the Forest game at home, I thought they were quite resilient. Maybe not the United game, but the Forest game at home, they were quite resilient, kept it 1-0, or kept it 0-0 until very, very late, and they probably should have gone in front in that one. Even the Brentford game was they missed a penalty. They were doing quite well up until towards the end. Chuck Chart says one more please. Morocco v Mali. Thanks. Morocco, I would say. Steve says if this game ends in a draw or loss, South Africa have bottled 3 points. Do you think so? I don't think they've bottled 3 points. I think a point would have been about the right result here for both sides. And it's been a generous penalty and a harsh red card, hasn't it? So the referee has kind of screwed the game a little bit. Reese, if you open a P.O. box, I'll send you an Arsenal top key. Yeah, I'm not opening a P.O. box. And if I am, you're not getting the address. Because I'll get far more. I'll get far more than a bloody Arsenal shirt off you, I bet. Timbo, oh wow, we're getting the fancy graphics. You are, yeah, fancy graphics coming to TikTok as of later tonight. It would have been for this one, to be honest, but I wasn't aware that I have to figure out multi-streaming. I thought it would be easy enough to just do, but no, I have to multi-stream. La Pulga says, I've got to say that as much as the World Cup gives us iconic and big moments, the AFCON has to be the most entertaining international tournament. You just never know what is going to happen. That's very true. Yeah, it's chaotic, isn't it? Johnny says, do you think United can win today? United will win today. Newcastle United will win today. Manchester United 1, Newcastle 2. You heard it here first, I'm telling you. Rochdale go ahead against Morecambe. Oh, Gotti. Sorry to hear that, mate. Come on, Morecambe. Turn it round. Timbo says, I'll send you a Reece James England kit in preparation for the World Cup next year. Hey, do you know what came in the post for me today? Oh, I've not got it. I've left it downstairs. Do you know what came? I'll have it for the stream later on. I got sent completely for free. I got sent a replica Jules Rimet World Cup trophy. Like a full-on big World Cup trophy. So I'm going to put it on behind me. The full World Cup trophy. I've got the Jules Rimet trophy. I'm going to have it on the lives going forward as we build up to the World Cup. Reece, not even if I put Premier League Champions 2026 on the back. No chance. Foxy, the Wolves' defence is weak. Matt Doherty should never be part of a back three in the Prem in 2025. They need to recruit this window defensively. For sure. Yeah, they absolutely need to. I actually think the new incoming chairman at Wolves, he did a very impassioned speech, didn't he, to the supporters the other day, and said, oh, what is that, South Africa? He didn't say that. What is that, South Africa? No, he said, basically, that actions speak louder than words. That was his message. So, if you're a Wolves fan now, surely you're expecting a flood of revenue, money, that is going to be pushed into the team for January. Because that is the only way Wolves get out of this, isn't it? Let's be honest, the only way that Wolves get out of the predicament that they are in is by going and recruiting maybe 4, I'm not even kidding, 4 probably minimum experienced Premier League players. They need to go and get a couple of defenders, at least one midfielder, and probably a centre forward as well that can do a half-decent job for them. And there's plenty about, believe it or not. There are actually, I think there's some options in the window for Wolves that they could go and get. Timbo, who sent you that? Basically well, I guess they're a fan. But they actually know me personally. And they got it for free. So they've gifted it to me because they said you'll want this more than I will. So, yeah, there you go. South Africa in the box, chance. The Bafana Bafana. Oh, nearly edge of the box. Hit it. Hit it. What are you doing? Hit it. Hit it. Oh, for fuck. Oh, now Egypt on the counter-attack here. They could be away here. They could be away. It could be 1-1 if he gets this right. No, he's fannying around with it. What are you doing? And now he gives it away. This, honestly, listen, I love the AFCON. I absolutely love it. But this is a really bad example of African football today. This is really, really poor. Reece, I can see a Goldbridge Premier League dad collab coming soon. Joking. Don't work with part-timers. You'll have to well be collabing with me. Chalk Chart says Newcastle United will win, surely. I think so. Yeah, I expect Newcastle to win. Scottish HK, if you open a PO box, you aren't getting my Crown Paint style Gleesh top. It's a bit small for both of us now. Yeah, no, I don't imagine it's... don't imagine it'd fit me, mate. But no, I appreciate the gesture all the same. Reece, have you seen they're going to look at the 3 p.m. kickoffs being on TV now, Key? Well, so they should. So they should. The blackout doesn't actually serve anyone, does it? Oxford 2, Southampton 1. The Saints throwing it away at the end at Oxford United. It's 2-1 in the 89th minute. Unbelievable. And West Brom have just pulled one back against Bristol City. Rob R says, any African puns today, Keith? No, we basically maxed out on African puns the other day. So no more African puns. John McGinn will be lifting the Premier League trophy, you know. Is he? Not unless he's going on loan to Liverpool. Jaden, are you doing United versus United later? I am, Jaden, yes. I'll be live for Newcastle v United at Old Trafford. Foxy, I'm never too confident with our away form, but no excuses for Hull tonight. Need to improve the consistency starting tonight. Yeah, there's been too many, not near moments, I guess, but too many games where Newcastle, you should dominate tonight. I feel like Newcastle are by far the better team against United. Right, you've got to play. Here, chance! So that, why are you running back into the... Oh my God. He gets the ball. All he has to do here. What's he give? Free kick on the edge of the box. A claim for a penalty from South Africa. They're screaming for a penalty. Here, but this might be... It's a free kick on the edge of the box, but it might well be a penalty check. Let's watch this back. I don't know why he runs back into the middle. I don't know what's going on. If this is in the box when he handballs it... Oh, is he giving a pen? This is a pen. This is going to be a penalty. This is a penalty, I'm telling you. This is if he has given it for a handball here, which is, by the way, absolutely crazy. This is a penalty. This is going to be a penalty, this. I'm telling you. Absolute certainty. And the Egypt defender knows it. Look at it. He's nearly in tears, the Egypt defender. This is going to be 1-1. I'm telling you. It's a penalty. It's absolutely nailed on. It's an absolute certain penalty. It's not... I'll say it again. It's not a penalty, but the referee has given the free kick. He's in the box. That's a pen. That is a pen. It's a pen. That has to be a pen. That has to be a pen. Graham says you can't give that. No, I agree. I don't think it is a penalty, but he's give the free kick, hasn't he? So if he's give the free kick, he has to give the pen, because the handball is in the box. So it has to be a penalty. It has to be. If you've give the handball, you've got to give the pen. How are you giving it outside? It's got to be a pen. Go and check it. Mo Salah's getting walked off the pitch by the referee here. Osama Faisal coming on for Mo Salah. Honestly, if this ref doesn't give, this is a penalty. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Sarah Paget says he has to score it. Well, of course he has to score it. They've got to give it first. They've got to give the penalty. It's baffling to me that this hasn't been checked. You've got to give this ref. It is getting VAR'd now. He's in the box. It's in the box. Justice for South Africa needed, said Steve. And Sarah says Liverpool didn't get it. Well, I'd agree with that, Sarah. But, like I said, the referee has given the penalty. Or he's given the free kick. Therefore, if he thought that was a foul, and the foul did take place by definition in the box, then it is a penalty, isn't it? It is a penalty. It has to be. It's crazy if that's not given as a pen. I'm sure there's going to be a check here. There's definitely going to be a check. VAR check. Penalty. Penalty given. There you go. Penalty given. I'm telling you, he's going to give it. Bradford City have gone in front against Wigan right with a late winner against the Ticks at Valley Parade. Sorted out, Pacifique. Yeah, Pacifique, you need to sort it out here. This is going to be a penalty. The Bafana, there's 7 minutes of added on time here. So I'll tell you something, if we do get a penalty here, there's going to be a winner in this game. I think there might be a winner. I think we might be watching very similar to the Burkina Faso Equatorial Guinea game the other day, where it was 1-0 and we had a red card and all of a sudden 2-1 in the last minute. I'm telling you, I think there might be another goal, another late finish in this one. A late flurry. This is what the AFCON's about. A late flurry in the game. It's going to be a penalty. I'm sure it is. I'm absolutely sure it is. Why is the referee taking so long here? Archie says Salah scored a pen, did he? Classic. It's not like Mo to score pens, is it, Archie? White Canvas says how many minutes left? Well, 7 minutes of added on time was given. However, we've had maybe 5 minutes of a VAR check here. It's been about 4 or 5 minutes of a VAR check. It's got to be a penalty. This has to be a penalty. I'm crazy that they're not giving it, or that it's not being ratified already. That should be an immediate penalty. Has to be. Lisha, have we gone through all the quizzes on the cards there? No, all of them still to be read. I've got another big pile just over here. Here you go. The referee's going to go and have a look at it. Do you know what? VAR, I think VAR have looked at this, haven't they? And they've said, listen, mate, you've given the free kick as a handball. It is in the area. So by definition, that should be a penalty. But we want you to go and have a look at it because that would be a soft penalty, wouldn't it? It's not a shot on target. It's definitely in the area. There's no doubt about it. It's in the area. Should be a penalty here for South Africa. What happens is there's a strike from outside the area from the South Africa player. An Egypt player goes to block it with his foot and he puts his hand down like that. He's falling like that. He's falling down and he puts his hand out to fall on the floor and it hits his hand. The referee's now going to come over and take a look and it's going to be a VAR and I think it's going to be a penalty. I'm pretty confident this should be a penalty here. VAR, no penalty! Oh my goodness me. Oh, Yasser. It's no penalty and I tell you what, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's no penalty. South Africa are robbed here. Robbed. There is no other way of saying it. Controversy in the last few minutes here at the AFCON. Absolute controversy. No penalty. It looked clear as day, didn't it? It looked clear as day. And South Africa are raging on the touchline. They're absolutely raging. Graham says it's the right decision. South Africa fans won't feel as comfortable with that one. Joachim Ferding-Joy says corruption 2.0. That is disgraceful, lad, says Archie. VAR just ruins the game. Lisha says it's given, Key. It isn't, mate. It's not given. It isn't given. F the AFCON, says Steve. And Sarah says he's falling. Where do you put your hand? No, listen, Sarah, I agree. It's a soft penalty. I absolutely agree. But once he gives the decision, once he gives the free kick, he then has to give the penalty. I don't feel like he should be able to go and overrule the free kick. He's given the free kick. Do you know what? It's exactly the same. I'll be honest. It's exactly the same as Liverpool against Brentford the other week. Liverpool played Brentford the other week. There was a foul given, and it was literally on the edge of the box. Literally on the edge of the box, like on the white of the box. And it wasn't even a foul. It wasn't a foul. It was a whisker off the guy's toe. And that was given as a penalty. That was less of a foul than that one. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. VAR shambles all over the world, says Silver Fox. And Rob Hart is now saying the ref saying it wasn't a foul. Well, yeah, that's saying inevitably what it is. Graham says you can't beat the AFCON for drama. And Pacifique for fraud, says Foxy. Ban him. Sarah says no, he was falling. The hand was on the ground before he kicked the ball. Well, we got screwed over. We did. Yeah. I don't know. I think that should have been... Personally, I thought that should have been a penalty. We've got 2 minutes left here of injury time. West Brom have been beaten at the Hawthorns. Bristol City getting a big win away there. That's a huge win for Bristol City. Cheddar T says rigged for Egypt. It's an obvious handball. And 3-Star Red, see you in 30 minutes for the Newcastle United game. Won't be in 30 minutes, mate. I'll be back for, well, it's 8 o'clock kickoff, isn't it? So I'll be back at 7:30. So, yeah, it'll be about 2.5 hours, but I'll be back on at 7:30 for Newcastle against United. Rob says, be interesting to see how much over the 7 minutes he adds on here. I mean, we didn't really get a decision until about 94, 93, did we? But about 93, 94 minutes, something like that. So, really, we should be looking at... I think he should be playing to about 102. I honestly think there's at least another maybe 5 or 6 minutes to go here. Easy. No foul, went to break the fall, so planted his hand. Bromley beating Bristol Rovers 3-2 in the end. Great result for Bromley. And Graham says there could be some fun at the final whistle. Yeah, that's true. It's a corner again to South... How many corners have South Africa had in the second half? Feels like it's been a corner every 2 minutes in this game. How many corners? Second half. 5. This is the 6th. 6 corners in the second. That's no way that's true. No way. 6 corners in the second half for South Africa. Ball whipped in here. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Hull 2. That one's full-time, finished. Ball in, header, chance must be. Oh, have you missed it? Oh, my God. El Shanawi keeps hold of it. Oh, that's got to be a goal, that. It's a corner kick. It's another one. That's 7 corners for South Africa now. So many chances here. Flick on. Oh, again, far post. How many times? Now Egypt on the counter. They've got to get it back to the keeper here. Oh, great turn. It's a great turn. No, he's given a throw in. What are you doing? Silly. TK says, oh my God, just score, man. Magnus says, can you watch the Wrexham Sheffield United match, Key? I'm not, mate. No, I'm going to be watching Newcastle against Man United later on tonight. So I'm not going to watch Wrexham, but I will be on for Newcastle and Man United at 7:30. So join me for that one if you want to. Hopefully see you then. Red Rebellion says United v Newcastle is only in 3 hours from now. It is, yeah. Ball in, far post. Great clearance from El Shanawi again. The Egypt goalkeeper's had a half-decent game. What is that from... South Africa's really poor there. The footy plug says South Africa got robbed. That was a pen, no? I think it probably was, mate. Yeah, I'll be honest. I think that should have been a penalty. I do. I think that was a penalty. Sarah disagrees with me. Sarah thinks it wasn't because it was deliberate handball. The Egyptian gods are saying, no, not today. It wasn't deliberate handball, right away. But it doesn't have to be. Again, if anything, if we've learned anything from the handball rule, is that it doesn't have to be deliberate anymore, does it? It doesn't have to be deliberate. If it's a goal-bound shot, if it looks like it's out of the body shape, is it natural position and all that stuff? How far away was it from the actual shot or cross or pass or whatever? All of these things are taken into context and factored in by the referee. And it's just a bit of a... I don't know, I guess gut feel. Is there a real... There doesn't feel like there's a clear criteria for what is and isn't a handball now. I think that's why it's so confusing. When you get penalties given against you for handball now, everyone's looking and going like, is it? Is it not? I don't know. Because nobody's quite sure whether it qualifies. Is it a handball if it comes at you from... like 2 yards away? If it's rattled at your hand from 2 yards away, but you've got your hand out here, is that a handball? You've got no opportunity to pull your hand away. It's not deliberate. Is that a handball? What if it's from 20 yards away? It was hit. Your ball is within, your hand is within your natural body. Maybe your hand is here, but it's a goal-bound shot. Is that a handball? We don't know. We haven't got a clue, have we? We don't know. We have no idea. Magnus says, I can't. I'm going to watch it with my dad, but I'll be here tomorrow. Good lad, Magnus. Well, yeah, we'll be here tomorrow for 2 more games tomorrow. Liverpool v Wolves and Chelsea against Aston Villa. A couple of big games that was. We'll be there tomorrow. Gotti to defeat for the Shrimps. Morecambe 1, Rochdale 2. Rochdale nabbing it in the last few minutes. And Silver Fox says it's a different rule every game with handball. It's true, isn't it? Erdy says bye, see you later. Take it easy, Erdy. Scottish GHK, only 6 corners. That's about the same amount of corners as Harry Maguire's head. Slabby slabhead. Oh, here we go. South Africa, last chance of the game here, surely. Surely they've got to get it in the box. You're not going to get much longer than this. We're on to 101 minutes. Don't shoot. Oh, it's gone wide. That's going to be a corner, ref. It's got to be a corner. Is it a corner? Does he give a corner? That should have been a corner, shouldn't it? Takes a deflection. Takes 2 deflections. Should have been a corner, that. Oh. I think that's going to be it. I think Egypt have pinched this one 1-0. It's a controversial game. This one. Very controversial. I think that's going to be full time. I don't think the referee's going to add on any more. There you go, and it is. It's full time. 10 men Egypt winning it with a Mo Salah penalty for a very, very harsh penalty. It's a tale of 2 penalties, isn't it? Let's be honest. That's what this game has been. A tale of 2 penalties. A very, very controversial one given in the first half, and then a very, very controversial one not given at the end of the second half. South Africa could have maybe equalised. Egypt having Hani sent off bang on half-time, which made the task far more difficult for them. But they've managed to get the win, and that now secures Egypt's place in the knockout round for the next, for the knockout round of the African Cup of Nations 2025. I'm pretty sure South Africa will still join them, but they've got to get something done in the final game, haven't they? Then they play Mozambique in the final game. So, listen, we will be back. I will be back in about 2.5 hours, about 7:30. I'll be back for Newcastle away at Manchester United. Newcastle against United. Big Premier League game at Old Trafford. Come on the Geordies, come on the Barcodes, let's have it. Beat United. And I'll see you all at 7:30 if you're coming back. Lots of love, take it easy. If you're not coming back, enjoy your Boxing Day with your family. And I'll see you all soon. Give us a follow, give us a like. Please make sure you do, by the way. I've not said that at any point in this live. If you're watching this live right now, please do click like on the video. It massively helps me. Please subscribe as well. And I'm live every single day. We're watching games of football every day. We're live tonight for United Newcastle. Tomorrow it's Liverpool against Wolves, followed by Chelsea against Villa. And then more African Nations Cup coming up all the way up to New Year and beyond. So we're doing Uganda against Nigeria. We're doing Algeria. We're doing all sorts of big AFCON games. So make sure you've followed, make sure you've liked. And I will see you all tonight, 7:30. Lots of love.